Right, buddy, Manchester United draw 1-1 with Fulham. Now, it feels like a loss. This was a game in which Manchester United should have easily won. I think the amount of chances we had compared to Fulham was astonishing. I think the fact that we come away with the result without a win is appalling. And listen, Manchester United had every opportunity to win the game. I think Fulham, yes, they got a goal, and it comes from poor Bruno Fernandes positional play again. But ultimately, Manchester United did a very, very good job. Again, we'll talk about everything, what happened. But again, immediately, I want to start off with the result. It's now 1 point out of a possible 6. Only 1 goal scored. Again, it's something we were unlucky with. But again, United have to do better. I think the penalty, again, it's a clear penalty. But again, United were lucky to even get the Yoro goal. I mean, it was a clear push on Bassi, but I'm not going to say anything about that. But again, it was just a very, very poor performance. And in times anyway, I thought Amorim's decisions today were very, very weird. I mean, in the last minutes, we need a goal. He's bringing on Heaven and Maguire. Don't know how Manu hasn't seen any minutes so far. That is very, very concerning, because Manu is one of those players you can't see leave the club. Again, but in terms of the game, listen, Man United started off fantastically. That first 10 minutes was off the back of Arsenal, exactly what I wanted to see. It was high press, high tempo, high energy. Cunha could have scored 2 or 3 goals. I mean, that one ball from Binder, that touch from Cunha was absolutely unreal. And again, that was fantastic. Then we grew into the game. First 15 minutes was good, and then Fulham started to get into it. Again, we still look very, very poor from corners, and again, that's something to kind of be concerned about. Binder just gets lost every time. And again, then we slowly fizzle out of the game. Fulham get into it. Again, have a few chances to score. But again, United just couldn't seem to get into the game. I thought Mason Mount was good. I thought Cunha had a fantastic game. His driving runs, his whole quality is just unreal. And I'm very, very happy with him so far. Again, he hit the post. There was that one good save from Leno. But Bruno Fernandes, something I want to talk about. The fact that he missed that penalty, I don't know. I think you could just tell, like, when he went to step up with the ball the second time, I could just sense that he was going to miss. And again, it's frustrating because we very could have easily won that game 2-1, 3-1, 4-1 even. Bruno is an interesting one because he didn't have the greatest games. And that's the second game in a row. And it feels like Amorim is scared to substitute him, because he should have been subbed today, even before Mount, if we're being honest. And again, you had Manu on the bench, even Xerxes, if you wanted to bring him on. I mean, the fact that we've seen a Mount and Bruno pivot again is concerning. But in terms of how Manchester United played, we played very, very well. I thought the right wing backs again had a bit of a shocker with Ahmad and Dallo. I mean, what is he doing for the goal? He loses the ball, takes a weird touch, and then De Ligt, Dallo and Bruno kind of really all kind of lapse of concentration. Bruno doesn't get his man. De Ligt lets the ball go, and Dallo with the stupid touch. But again, Sesko struggled as well getting into it. But you can tell Amorim was fuming, because that's another game. 2 games now where the performances were really, really good, and United deserved to win. I think dominating possession, dominating the ball. We were physical, dominant. I thought Yoro, it was great. Like, it wasn't his goal, but it was great to kind of see him getting in that position. We looked, again, like a threat from set pieces, and that's down to Mbeumo's deliveries. Again, he struggled to get into the game. I think Calvin Bassett kind of really got the better of him in today's game. But Cunha as well was fantastic. The only thing that was missing from that Cunha performance was a goal. Again, midfield needs work. But yeah, I'm struggling to kind of settle down with some of these Amorim decisions. I mean, the fact that he brought on 2 defenders. He did bring on Zirks. He didn't bring on Manu when we needed a goal. He refuses to take off Bruno Fernandes when, again, he had a very, very sloppy performance. Like, it is very interesting to see what happens. I mean, reports about Bruno going to Saudi again have kind of emerged. I think we still desperately need a midfielder. I thought Casemiro was all right. I thought, in terms of strikers, as I said, Sesko really struggled to get into the game. But Fulham, they didn't really offer anything at all. Again, it was a very poor performance. But again, you can see the tempo, you can see their stuff there. But Amorim has got to really start not prioritising favourites. I mean, bringing on Maguire was stupid. In terms of Binder, again, he made a few decent saves. Again, a few shaky moments. But again, his distribution was alright. Didn't make an error. Again, still looks lost from corners. But yeah, all in all, I thought Manchester United did enough to win the game. The amount of chances we had, the fact that we dominate possession, and it's not easy. Listen, it was Fulham's first home game. They were up for it. They were going for it. And again, United did well. Again, there were moments where that midfield, again, is very, very leggy. But again, Bruno is certainly the one that I want to talk about, because Bruno is a player who seems to just get away with it all the time. Like, he was very sloppy on the ball. Against Arsenal, he gave the ball away for the corner that they scored. Today, he missed a penalty, which again, listen, penalty is kind of, again, it was just, we just forget the penalty at this point. But the simple things, he was getting caught out of possession a lot. He loses his man. And that just kind of proves to me we are kind of forcing Bruno into the team. And the fact that he's kind of, we know he's not in a midfield two. He's not going to be one of those, he can't be one of those twos unless you have like a Baleba next to him. And again, Bruno is a clear 10. But again, Amorim likes him a lot. He's trying to force him into the team. And you can see with Sesko not starting, there was a huge uproar about that. Again, I think that is due to Mount's good. I think Mount did deserve to start, if we're being honest. I think he had an alright game, some nice touches. I think the wing-backs have to improve. The crosses coming into the box are nowhere near good enough. But yeah, I thought one player who did well, and probably did get the man of the match, or should have anyway, was Yoro. Cunha was good as well. But all in all, it was a very, very disappointing performance. And if I was Ruben Amorim, I'd be fuming, because there's no way we should have lost that game. Maguire even had a chance towards the end. Like, we had chances to win that game. And Fulham, the goal just wasn't deserved for them. I don't think. But listen, we got the draw. Again, it's not easy, because we should have won. And it is very frustrating. But we obviously have Grimsby in the week. We have Burnley next week at Old Trafford, which again, on paper, we should win. But again, I think Sesko did struggle to get into the game. And again, he got 40 minutes, I think it was, or 35, 40 minutes in this game. But again, just couldn't kind of, I don't know, couldn't really get into it. He had a nice few flicks. But again, I don't think we were playing to Sesko. I think we didn't really put many crosses into the box. He couldn't really get himself on the ball. But again, there were positives. I thought Cunha, brilliant. Yoro, amazing. I think Shaw did alright at times. De Ligt, again, was very physical and dominant. Right wing back, again, was a struggle. Dorgu didn't have his greatest game. But if I was to rate that performance out of 10, which I might start doing every game now, I'd probably give it a 7. I think, obviously, the win was missing. I think there's still problems in midfield. And again, United are sleeping on corners and tracking their men. But listen, all in all, it was an alright performance. But yeah, we continue to move from here. Let me know your thoughts. Player ratings, man of the match, I'd give it to Yoro. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game. Manchester United 1-1. Fulham 1 point collected from 6. Not serious question has to be asked about Amorim, but kind of today with the decisions that he made, you kind of have to look at where was Mainoo, where was Xerxes, and changing 3 of your back 5, like, it's very weird. It just doesn't make any sense. But let me know your thoughts.